Okay, and we start. See, we've only got 1 second on my end. So, hello and welcome to this second test of the podcast. Every time I hit record, OBS brings up some message that says you haven't chosen a video file background yet, and it starts freaking out. And
it's the funniest thing because, every time I hit start recording, your first words, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, well, I don't know really what's going on yet, but
that's great.
This week we are trying our second attempt at this format. We've given out the podcast to a few people and received some notes, and we're going to try some things this week. But before that, Matthew, bring up your phone device and let's yes. Let's start the what do you call it? The
horoscope of the week.
Yeah, horoscope of the week. Horoscope of the...
What are the stars showing us?
Horoscope.
I think that's a better way, isn't it?
Yeah, what are the stars saying? It's sort of like a weather report before we go out adventuring.
Yeah, what is it? Astrology.com again?
Oh, let's just go anything. Top one. I'm going Hinduism Times today.
Bloody God, that's... Alright.
Okay, so set us off. What's yours say? Introduce what you are first.
I'm a Virgo. I'm literally on the cusp of Virgo, which is kind of nice. It's weird because Virgo gets a lot of random ones about looking after yourself.
And you don't think that's important?
I do think it's very important.
Well,
mental health is such a huge problem in the world, but even this one's focus on yourself today, Virgo. Yours is often extremely giving nature. You can be compassionate to a fault, in that too much of your energy does to helping solve others' problems. Then you're left without enough focus for yourself and the things that are troubling you. See about spending time alone to concentrate on any issues you have. Reach out to a trusted friend for guidance and support. Allow someone to nurture you for a change.
Oh, that's nice. So it's about putting yourself first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is that's kind of nice, I guess, but...
That's kind of nice. So when we explore the stars today, Matthew, make sure to put yourself first.
And how would I do that, Brendan?
I don't know. Just when I try and come over the top of you, just put up your shield and punch back.
Get my spear and just start stabbing.
Yeah, just stab first, ask questions later. So mine, February 8th, 2022, Saji. Settling a dispute may be on your agenda today, Saji. You may find yourself getting caught smack in the middle of the stew if you aren't careful. See? The spears thing. If this happens, the wisest thing might be to pull out. Always pull out. When you're in this position, especially with two people you care about, the outcome winds up hurting someone, and it may just be you. If you tell them you care about them both too much to get involved, chances are you'll be far better off. So I don't really understand that one, but I think
the other one's keep your shit to yourself.
Keep my shit to myself.
Don't get involved.
Don't give too many opinions.
Yeah.
I have too many opinions.
Don't put yourself on other people's problems.
That's fair. So this week we're going to try and do a little bit of a format change. We've had some input, and we're going to blast off into the stratospheres and explore the cosmos this week, with our goal being to figure out why humans or why people have made it so far having thumbs. Why thumbs are so important. Any thoughts on this concept so far, Matthew, or never really thought about it?
I actually have.
You've thought about this much?
I thought about this much.
Yeah?
A lot.
Give us your breakdown.
Well, it's the thing of I guess it's evolution.
Yeah.
Why humans, I guess, at the top of the food chain. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because we have thumbs.
Because we have thumbs.
Because we have thumbs.
Yeah.
There are very few other animals that have thumbs. Because the only one I can think of is monkeys, and that's it.
Yeah, we're monkeys.
Yeah, we're evolved monkeys, but that's it. No one else has thumbs. And here's the thing: is if we go into an all-out warfare, and there are guns, there are guns just everywhere.
We don't pull triggers with thumbs, though. We pull that with a pointer. I think a pointer finger is much more efficient than a thumb. I reckon.
True, but you grip the actual gun with a thumb. Can you imagine trying to hold a gun without your thumb? You couldn't.
Well, if say I didn't have a thumb that, say instead of the thumb, I had another pointer finger there that did the same function as a pointer finger, it would essentially just be a longer, thinner thumb. So I could grip more of the gun then.
Then that's a threat to humanity. That's what that is.
Exactly. I reckon the next stage of evolution is evolving maybe not even 5 fingers, but if we had like 6 or 7 and they were all one type of finger, rather than having 5 different odd fingers.
Could you wait? So you're saying like 10, the finger thumbs?
Yeah.
Or just 10 pointer fingers?
10 pointer fingers.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, just
That's
10,
scary to think about.
10 long fingers, and every time like you see something, you point at it with all 10 fingers.
Isn't that disrespectful?
Why is it disrespectful? If anything, it's making it more known that I've seen something over there. I think we'll discover a lot more with 10 pointers pointing at it than just one.
Yeah, just going like, hey, that person looks a little weird. Who? And you just point 10 fingers in the direction. That
Oi,
one.
You! Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
But we'll find out whether or not that's the next stage of evolution as we explore today, Matthew. So you ready for blast off?
I'm ready to blast off, my good man.
Let's make some blast off noises. You ready?
Enter in theme tune.
In 3, 2, 1. Whoa, here we are. Wow, exploring. So, what's happened to you throughout this adventure, Matthew, today? What have your adventures lately been?
Space is really quiet. I moved stores for work.
You moved work stores?
Yes, no, I got moved to a temp site. We got sort of like our store is like 14 years old. That like our carpets were turning into tiles.
Okay. And
you were sort of like, okay, cool. I can't vacuum this anymore because everything would just get ingrown into the carpet. It was kind of really nasty. But now we actually get renovated, which is nice, to hardwood floors. I'm trying to think. Actually, no, I do have something that's really amazing.
Okay.
My partner has a long time, like 17 years best friend that actually didn't live in Australia. It was a, those students that come abroad to study in Australia and then go back?
Yep.
Yeah. He was that person. He's an amazing man. And recently, we actually planned together because he was coming back to Australia to live. And I didn't tell my partner anything. It was a complete surprise. So yesterday, he dropped by out of nowhere, and she freaked out. She was crying at the door. She was so happy to actually have him back in Australia because she hasn't seen him in like 4 years. It's been so long.
Okay.
It was really nice. It was like that sort of like some of that because she's been having like a really rough time with work lately. So doing that small little thing for her actually was kind of nice.
And this task of arranging this special thing for your partner, how did the idea, because you have thumbs, yes?
Yes, I have thumbs.
Yes. How did your possession of thumbs enable this activity to occur, or did it not? Would that thing have happened despite your thumbs?
Here's a question then, Brendan. When you like text on your phone, do you hold the phone with one hand and then do it with your pointer finger, or do you hold the phone with both hands and use your thumb?
I use my thumbs. So
I use my thumbs.
Well,
I think people who hold that one hand and use the pointer finger either can't see or can't read.
Okay.
Like they have some they they do the whole like look down thing into their glasses as they're typing. That's what my grandparents used to do. They do the whole like lean back with their head and try and tap with their pointer finger to try and read the letters.
Okay.
I use it with thumbs. Makes my life 20 times easier.
20 times.
You can type so much faster.
When you use a keyboard, how often do you use your thumbs?
When it comes to PC, I guess it's a bit different. Like, I guess my thumb is mainly used just for using spacebar. All my other fingers hit everything else, kind of.
Interesting.
Are you telling me you use your thumbs for something else on the keyboard?
Look, I'm not very good at typing, so I usually only type with, like, maybe my pointer, my middle finger, and maybe occasionally, if I'm feeling fancy or trying to type properly, I'll throw in a thumb or a pinky. But most of the time, it's just pointer, middle, maybe thumb.
Yeah.
And just those three. Just those 3 fingers.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not even... Maybe the question isn't whether thumbs are useful. It's how many of these other goddamn fingers are useful. because I don't really use my ring finger or my pinky finger for anything, really, because I never plan to get married. I never plan to have anything on the ring finger, so, like, if we just cut that off right now, my life wouldn't change that much. And these pinkies are weak.
What would you consider the most important finger, then?
The most important finger in my life is definitely the middle finger.
Yeah, for what reason, Brenton?
For communicating my thoughts and opinions in a way that sometimes can't be expressed verbally.
I'd say so like someone can understand you from afar.
Yeah, like if maybe I was having a bit of a hoarse throat day and somebody cut me off in traffic, I couldn't just yell at them because, you know, they've probably driven off by this point, hopefully driven off by this point before I communicate with my fingers in certain ways.
Yeah. We throw coins out your windows, right?
Throw coins? What?
Yeah.
Why am I throwing coins out the window? I'm a pretty poor person. I can't just be throwing coins at random cars. Sorry.
It was a thing I hear from a friend who throws like either batteries or 5-cent coins at people whenever they get cut off. So he just throws them at the car.
So does your friend keep these 5-cent pieces and batteries?
He has like a stack. He has a stack of 5-cent coins in like the middle area, just right next to his like gear shifter. And like whenever someone goes, he just grabs a pinch of them and just throws them at the car.
Throws them at other people.
Like 20 cents of 5-cent coins gone.
Why does he have so many 5-cent pieces?
He probably went to a bank for them. I don't know.
So he goes to the bank specifically and says, "Excuse me, can I have a roll of 5-cent pieces so I can just keep them in my middle
or small
console?"
batteries. He'll get like AAA batteries.
Your person sounds like a menace. Why are you friends with this person? This crazy maniac who throws 5-cent pieces and batteries at random people going past.
I haven't spoken in a while. He lives a few hours away. But I went to primary school with the guy. It was really nice, really great friend. I don't know what happened for a few years because we like lost contact. Came back and now he's throwing batteries at people's cars. But like that's besides the point.
So some triggering event must have happened between primary school and now.
Well, maybe he thinks his middle finger isn't good enough to make people understand him.
So what you're saying is maybe we should be replacing fingers with metallic objects like coins or batteries.
I mean, could you imagine your thumb as a battery? Like, if you could literally just carry a plug around with you that could charge anything that you wanted.
Oh, look, if
Say your phone was dying, you could just plug it straight into your phone and like, bang, with that, you got power.
Yeah, look, if my thumb was like a universal charger or like a USB or something, or like I could, I didn't have, I'm not a big reader. I don't, like, I like the idea of reading, but I get bored really, really quickly. And also I get car sick. So the only time the only time I usually read would be when I'm on the train or like on a car trip. But I get sick looking down too long. So unless I'm gonna hold the book in front of me like a maniac, it's not a working theory. So instead, if I had like a USB or something in my thumb, where I could just, like, plug it into the internet and be like, geography, done. That would be awesome.
I don't think that's how that's going to work.
Why not?
Well, what if you, like, when you, like, type in geography, you download some, like, flat earthers theory into your brain?
Well, see, I don't think we should be excluding misinformation, because I think misinformation is quite important, because without misinformation you can't understand why people. I don't know. I see misinformation as really interesting, because people have obviously seen the mainstream or whatever the accepted vernacular is for a topic, and have chosen to reject it for whatever reason. And I think the underlying reason for that is far more interesting than, you know, the flat Earth theory. The flat Earth theory is in contrast to something, and I'd much rather understand what that mindset is that leads to a concept like the flat Earth theory than the flat Earth theory itself. But the flat Earth theory is actually pretty cool when if you like, as a fantasy idea, it's awesome because it's this big idea that the Earth is a disk surrounded by these giant ice cliffs or something. And I haven't read into it for a while, but yeah, it's by these giant ice cliffs, but no one ever sees the ice cliffs. And you do you know anything about the flat Earth theory?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of like videos online of random stuff, and I come across it.
Are you a flat earther, Matthew?
No, I'm not a flat earther.
Okay.
It's
okay if you are.
When I was in grade 1, and a teacher told me the globe was round, I was like, "Yep, that sounds pretty good," and I thought that the globe was round ever since. I don't know, but I haven't gone to space. I haven't seen it myself, so.
Okay.
But I did see a video where a flat earther was like, "Hey, I'm gonna test my theory." And what he did is that he put a camera up like 15 feet off the ground, and he, like 100 meters away, put a fence, put a hole 15 meters off the ground, went another 100 meters, fence and a hole 100 meters off 15 feet off the ground, and then someone behind that with a flashlight, like 200 to 300 meters away. And he was like, "If I point my camera, it should go straight through these holes and directly into that flashlight."
Okay.
And it didn't.
It didn't?
It didn't. The guy with the flashlight had to put it above his head for the camera to actually see it through the holes. And you could just see this guy slowly try and think out why this could still be something, like why this was the case, while him still saying the world is flat.
Okay.
He's like, "Oh no, we're on a hill, like the ground is no longer flat. Oh no, it's just we're in the middle of the disc where everything sort of curves up a bit more."
Yeah.
Watching him sort of defend himself when he just did an experiment that just disproved him completely.
And is your friend a scientist, or this just sort of came to him, this idea of a flashlight?
Oh no, this is a video I saw online.
Oh.
If this was one of my friends, I think we would have a very, very heated discussion about it.
About a flashlight on a stick?
About the flat Earth theory.
Okay. So talking about flashlights on sticks and the completely scientific method of that.
Are you going to ask me about thumbs?
No, I mean, it'll come back to thumbs because, we're not just out here having fun, Matthew. That's just a side product. We're here for very serious scientific business. Other than your search for thumbs and your fascination with flashlights on sticks, what is the most scientific experiment you have ever done? Like, did you ever do anything in school or anything?
I've ever done?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What would you classify as a scientific experiment?
You set out with a hypothesis, and you engaged in some sort of testing, and you came back to draw a conclusion. And probably there were explosions or colourful liquids or some sort of machine involved. Or technology of some sort.
I built my own model airplane.
Nice.
In school.
What kind?
For aero skills. We didn't have a design for it. We tried to base it off like an F-18 fighter jet.
Mm-hmm.
So you make it with like epoxy resin and all these motors and stuff. I don't think I've ever really done a science experiment. Science was never really a big thing for me. I did chemistry and that sort of stuff, but I never really did a science experiment.
So you're saying chemistry isn't science?
Chemistry is a science, but it never was like, "Oh, I think this is a good hypothesis. Let's go study to see if I'm wrong or not," and then came to a conclusion. I think it was just like, "Hey, look, what does Google say? That's pretty good." And just moved on with my day.
Just poured different things into each other and were like, that's the thing.
Shit happens, and then moved on. That's fair. Science experiments, I think, are they take a lot of time. Did you ever have you ever done a science experiment like that? Have you ever tried to disprove yourself or prove yourself to someone or yourself?
There's nothing been hectic enough that I've gone out of my way to prove or disprove. But I have participated in science things with schooling and education of things. So the ones I can remember when I was in high school, I really liked biology, so I chose biology as one of my electives. And the very first semester that I did it, we were talking about the human body and things related to the human body and about, the biology of animals and stuff and, like, the internal organs and stuff. Awesome. Loved that shit. The entire second half of the year was all about, like, flowers and trying to understand the scientific names of different flowers and drying them out and putting them on boards and stuff like that. And I just remember that being one of the worst parts of my year 11 experience was having to go around and collect 8 different types of Banksia and dry them out, flatten them. Yeah, the Banksia flower plants. And flatten them out, dry them out, put them on different bits of cardboard, label each part of them, the scientific name, blah, 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 blah. That took me weeks just because I had to find... Because these flowers weren't around the school. You were just asked to go find these things in your own time.
Can you go walk in the bush and find flowers?
Pretty much.
Appreciate.
I remember weekends just looking up where different, like, Banksia and stuff were around Brisbane and just going with my mum to these different places, walking around and being like, is this Banksia? Pulling up a picture of the thing, going, and just grabbing it and then going home. And I think after all that experience, I got a C, and I was just done with biology at that point. So I changed out of that and
your mum would have been so confused.
Oh, look, my mum is a very supportive woman, and I love it a bits, but there have definitely been some weird things that have happened.
Yeah.
Weird requests.
Hey, Mum, can I get this flower? Sure, honey, where is it?
Can we drive?
Gold Coast.
Yeah,
it's an hour and a half away.
Yeah. Well, I think the furthest we drove was Capalaba.
Oh, my God.
And we drove all the way to Capalaba. I looked around for something for 20 minutes, think I found it, came back, it wasn't it, but I kept it anyway. And just chucked
fuck it.
Yeah,
you'll take it.
I'm not driving all the way to Capalaba and back because I think I was 16 at the time, so I didn't have my full license. So we used the trip as like learning hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was awful. And the other most scientific thing I ever did was when I did my first year of uni. I was being a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
And we had to put on a science fair. So in teams of 3, we had to choose like a fairly low-level scientific experiment that we could do, and we had to formulate a hypothesis and blah 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 blah. And I think we chose, when you've got like a plate of milk or something, and you drop dishwashing detergent in it.
It's like about the spread.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to push, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we did. We did different types of milk. So I think we did like full cream milk, skim milk, almond milk, lemonade, and all kinds of different things, and did that same experiment. I think we only ended up getting like a 4, so like a passing grade for it, because I don't think we actually did what we were meant to do. I think we just sort of filmed what happened, and then we were just like, yeah.
Gave up. Like, we did it.
I can't remember what happened with the actual writing down of that bit, but I just remember weekends of just getting milk and pouring dishwashing liquid in it and putting food colouring and going, woo, and then filming that with a camera.
Huh.
Yeah. Scientific stuff. And I don't think any of that really was affected by the fact that I had thumbs.
Well, let's take this in then. Hypothesis. Can humans survive without thumbs?
Okay. Proof? Do you have proof?
Well, here's the question. Like, what's the biggest daily use of your thumbs? What do you think you use the thumbs the most of?
It would be to grip things, but I can't talk about the things that I grip with them. Because
steering wheels? You grip steering wheels?
Yeah, steering wheels are the things that I'm gripping on a daily basis. Let's leave it at that.
What else? Go on.
Don't be dirty, Matthew.
I think cooking would be very difficult without thumbs.
Okay. Cooking would be difficult. So grabbing... So what you're saying is for humans to evolve without thumbs, we would need to be able to figure out the grips and the grip problem. If we didn't need to grip things anymore, do you think thumbs would be necessary?
If we didn't have to hold on to things anymore.
Yeah, if we could find a substitute for needing to hold things without thumbs, do you think thumbs are important?
Honestly, no, actually.
Mm.
I think thumbs are just the biggest supporting thing in grabbing onto things.
Mm.
Like when you grab a door handle, the first thing, like especially if it's a round one, I grab it with my thumb and my like two front fingers, and that's how I twist it.
Yep.
And if I didn't have my thumb, I think it would be very weird because my whole hand would have to grip onto it so like weirdly and tight to try and twist it properly, and I'd have to bend my whole arm for it.
Well,
for things like grabbing a knife and things like that, I think if we didn't have to grab anything, thumbs would be irrelevant.
Thumbs would be irrelevant as a theory.
Yeah.
Well,
but I do. Yeah.
I think
I don't think as a human race we need them.
We don't need them anymore as a human race. I think until the grip problem is solved, they're absolutely necessary as a mode of communicating with the world. But I don't think that should just be their purpose. I reckon we should really do some research into the whole putting other things into the thumb so they have more of a use other than just gripping, like the USB thing.
You can do thumbs up.
Can do thumbs up. I never thought because I'm so used to doing thumbs up with the middle finger.
You know, when you go to school, Renz, and you can't just give them all the thumbs up with the middle finger.
I reckon you can. Well, we need to take the stigma away from the middle finger about being the rude finger and just being a nice, tall thumbs up.
I think that's how we should leave it.
We should leave it there? Fair enough. We've explored the galaxy today. We've figured out that
thumbs are irrelevant. We have our middle finger. That's all we need.
We only need the middle finger. And, make sure to tune in next week when we discuss something else. What did you learn from your horoscope today, Matthew? Anything happen? Anything you're going to go forward with?
I'm going to go chop off my thumbs. I don't need them, currently.
Just chop off your thumbs and
chop off my thumbs.
We'll reconvene next week where we try this whole process again.
Yeah, I'll let you know how I'm going, alright?
Okay, let me know how your week... Try to use your thumbs less, and we'll come back next week and we'll discuss how that adventure happened. And I'll and try to replace the thumb with your middle finger, and we'll come back with the results of that with the hypothesis. This will be the big science thing.
The big science thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for listening. I've been BJ93 because I'm an alien. Apparently, you'll understand more of that when we put our doodle bobs out. What's your name?
I've been Space Matt Man.
Space Matt Man and BJ93.
Space Matt Man.
Yeah. Thanks for
catch you all later.
Bye.
Bye.